Hello YouTube, welcome back to this channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. You know, one thing I have settled with is that the internet will forever be a talking. And, the comments will forever be ablazing. And there's always going to be content creators and people who consider themselves experts. I do not. That, and they have the following to really, use their voice to reach thousands, literally. But it just, I don't want to say it worries me, but it's interesting, the viewpoints, and it's interesting, the opinions, especially when it's women against women questioning, someone else's means to success, someone else's means to really being authentic and having everything they want and more. So I'm going to tell you what the inspiration came from with this. It was an Instagram post. And I don't even know why this was even news, but I think it's like Huffington Post Women. She talked about how someone complimented her engagement ring. She said, thanks, I picked it up myself. And the lady said, good for you. And then she was like, but what I wasn't prepared for was the backlash behind this. And I was like, oh my God, like, who cares? Who cares? You're the one that has to wear the ring. Did you get what you want? If he's not, a man that's, super stingy and really don't care about your happiness, he's going to get you what you want. His pockets can afford it and life goes on, But then you got the ones that money isn't everything, materialistic things, you being so needy and what's the word, high maintenance, and a ring doesn't mean anything, and you should just accept what he can't afford or what he wants for you, and on and on and on. Then you got some women out here like, well, I picked out my ring and it worked out for me, and da 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 da. Like, oh my goodness, that's never gonna go away. What is going to be the where you fit into all of that is how you feel about it. What do you decide for yourself? I came across another video that was like, don't let these young, these older men steal your youth. And I'm like, okay, yeah, there can be some vampires out here, but they can also be the same age as you too. You know what I mean? So again, clearly you've had a bad experience and someone was, 20, 30 years older than you, maybe even 3 years older, because everyone considers older to be a different range. Clearly you got. But where did you allow this person to get you caught up? Because we all know that men mature at a very different rate. Their priorities be very different. They don't have to think about children. They don't have to think about, nesting and wanting these little comforts of life and things like that. So we are the catalyst for homemaking and cozy, warm experiences and holiday memories and all those things. They do all that for us. We are the reason that, we are the reason for the season, kind of thing. So if you got a guy that has, made you bitter about all these things, shame on you. But to get on these platforms and be like, oh, I know what the problem is. It's all guys that are this way or all women that think that way. And then women claw at each other.
Mommy, that's how much in her mouth and she's chasing me. She's spitting it out. It's my stuff.
Autumn. That's enough. For women to come at each other's throats in the comments, make these videos, make these declarations, make these, laughable allegations as to, I know what it is. You're a shallow bitch for wanting a nice engagement ring. He's a spineless, piece of, so much further from a man to even spend, say $6,000 on your ring and, jump through all these hoops to meet your demands. Oh my God. Like, you people are just, ridiculous. I'm going to tell you something. When I got this ring right here, I'm taking it the wrong way. This ring, I love the setting. His inspiration was this ring that I never take off and these bangles. My proposal was everything I wanted and more because we were at home. It was a random weekday night. The girls were there. I got flowers in a car and then got down on one knee, blah, 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 blah. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know when. I didn't know how. But I did not like the diamond. I appreciated all of his efforts but he could see my face. And he said, if you don't like it, we can take it back. He said, you have so many weeks. And I said, okay. I took less than a week to finally say, yes, I want to go back. He did not flip his shit. It did not hurt his manhood. It was not a big deal. I did not tell the whole world about how he got the ring, but I didn't like the diamond. We quietly went back to DC, made a day of it, got dinner, and he redid my whole proposal to give me the ring all over again with the right diamond. And it was more of a moment because I could not have imagined it looking like this, even in the store and looking at, the examples and things like that. And the, hey, Autumn, take TT out. It's in the cheese drawer, the middle drawer. And so, I did not take to the internet for validation about that whole process. It's my ring. Yes, I have to wear it for the majority of our marriage and have the matching setting. And when I get an upgrade, I'm going to get an upgrade. So this whole thing of like it being a thing, don't make it a thing. Don't allow people to come into your sphere, your experience, and judge you, tear you down, tell you what they think. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. No one can project their own insecurities or negative experiences or bad experiences or downright just shit shows of a reality onto you. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm one with the social media that, like, you can do whatever you want with your page and your platform. I get it. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But it's just a balance between sharing and, and then, like, coming off as, like, you know what I mean? And expecting a rebuttal and expecting people to, like, push back and, like, have a high opinion. So the choices that I have made for my life that have bettered my life and have made me so happy and have just changed. I don't go around wagging my finger at every woman that's not doing it the way I did it. You know what I mean? Do I believe that my formula and the way that I went about it has a lot to do with it? In addition to the choices that I made? Absolutely. But I'm not going to say that, let's say someone that, got a Pandora starter ring, which is definitely a thing out here, I don't approve of, but I'm not going to shit on her and I'm not going to tear her down. If that's what she wants to accept, that's what she's going to accept. And if you want to ask me about my life in an honest and genuine way, you can tell who's honest and genuine or if they're just trying to, prod you into a reaction and in a debate, especially in, certain settings where it's like, it's not the place to talk about that. It's not the place to be like, where'd you guys meet? And then you say Tinder, and then someone else says at a bar, and someone else says, you know what I mean? And then it becomes this like, this silent judging competition of, which way is the best way to meet someone that's going to be really who they say they are and have your best interest at heart and be the man that you need them to be, blah, 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 blah. There's success stories all around. Now, if you choose to take a gamble and experiment with one method versus the other method and you find what works for you, great. But again, it's not about starting a campaign to convert followers to how you got lucky. You know what I mean? Like, there's pros and cons to everything, honestly. Yes, money isn't everything. We'll go back to the ring example. You got women that got rings that cost 10 times as much as this. 10 times as much as this and aren't as bit as more happy as the next one. The ring, they can't even keep the ring, straight on their finger. The ring is, 3 and 4 carats. And next thing you know, before the marriage can even happen, they done broke up and, whatever, she on a date the next one. So no, the ring doesn't matter. But for people that are happily engaged and know, look, we ain't going nowhere. I want the ring that I want. And my fiance wants me to be happy and it ain't hurting his pockets. So it's not taking food out of our mouths. Like, how could you spend $6,000 on a ring? Because he got it. I mean, really, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? But what would be the negative energy would be me like, he proposed, but I hated the diamond, so he took it back and it cost $6,000. And so, that's just what I expect. And it's like, okay, bitch, you know what I mean? Like, it's all in how you share or overshare. And it's all in how you come across to other people. Now, I would rather people be curious and make speculations and have to guess than to just me spill my guts and constantly be in debate mode and like, you know, all this stuff. Or constantly in comments and forums and debating people about like, I'm better than you because, you know, I too basically picked my own ring. So all you other poor bitches, you know what I mean? Like, sucks to be you. Oh my gosh. No one has to validate you. No one has to co-sign on your life. No one has to co-sign on, oh, they're so cute, on the things that you want and the expectations that you set for yourself. These are so cute. You took her out. You locked the door.
Yeah. Did you know, Mommy, that I made those? No, I made those.
Okay. You know, people have opinions about everything, all the way down to, you know,
this new cute puppy bug.
I mean, it's just ridiculous and so interesting to see the opinions out here, especially the opinions that don't write you a check, don't matter anyway. And it's like, if you were to, if we could really compare what these people are talking about and what they got, and you know, and what they boast versus what reality is, it would be a very interesting.
There's no more cheese, and I'm gonna wait for you downstairs so I can read to you.
Yeah, I don't need you to read to me. You know how to read out loud. One chapter. Let's go. You know, so please don't get caught up in the madness.
Halfway, all my grapes are gone. Like halfway.
I need all before you get any kind of sugar. We've had a super lax day with the food, so you gotta have some fruit.
Hi, guys.
Okay, go play. You know, I would be very guarded about my energy. I would be very guarded about all that I worked hard for, because this is a very delicate thing. And if you are easily triggered and you're easily swayed, and you don't let that bleed into your mind and let that come into your household, pretty much. People that have opinions about anything that you are doing that has been good to you, good for you, that you're not breaking the law, you're not endangering nobody, and you know you're using your common sense and getting everything you need and more. I'm sorry. And some of the hot topics in this world of debate is splitting bills, paying for who pays for dates, old versus young, you know, be yourself versus not being yourself and being super Barbie fake feminine. They go that far. Is the makeup and the pulling yourself together superficial, period? Well, it ties in the same thing. You know, working versus not working. Can you have it all? You know, are you lazy if you don't want to work? You know, are you being controlled and a doormat if your man does provide for you? What's another debate? You know, having children versus not having children, renting versus buying, you know, getting gifts and having nice things versus being a minimalist and not letting the things around you define you. I mean, God, I could go on and on and on. And it's like, how's that going for you? The debating, I mean, or the constantly being caught up in trying to prove somebody wrong. How's that going for you? Because last time I checked, you know, your comment gets lost in a sea of, you know, 300 other comments. You might get a few little likes, retweets, or whatever. But you're not getting paid for your little contribution to the societal cesspool of nonsense. Because off that screen, live your life. Live your truth. I ain't worried about who thinks anything about my life, but they can't think about or comment on anything they don't know for sure. So I don't get on here and say that, you know, this, that, and the other and everything that I did. I talk about the things that I changed within myself and how it rippled effect into everything else that changed for me. Yes. But it's not like you know, you have to do it exactly like I had to do it, because some things I would not recommend. Some things aren't for everybody. Some things are not, you know, carbon copy foolproof. I'm going to tell you that right now. I can't say, you know, get a degree and then save and then buy a house, because that's not what I did. I got my house and I didn't have to do any of that. For someone else, them creating a home and owning their home came about a very different way. Came about, through a very different process. So it's not about that. I say, for example, create your home, your vibe, your sanctuary to be everything you need to be and more. No matter where it is, no matter if you're renting, roommating, he gifted the house to you, or you built the house, or you bought it yourself, or whatever. There are some things that I don't recommend, but I also didn't do it that way. So I'm like, I don't think that will work for me. That's why I didn't do it that way. But to each his own. I'm not going to come tear you down either. I'm not going to come challenge you and gouge your eyes out and, throw my drink in your face and catfight you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to bring that kind of energy. I'm not. When I'm around other women and they're talking about their significant others, I just sit back and listen. And if it's something that I can say, absolutely, because, this, that, and the other, I can definitely agree to that. I'm touching on what I know, which is, yes, he handles it. Yes, he's considerate. Yes, he respects my time and my hobbies and, lets me do what I want to do. That kind of, you'll hear me chime in on the good stuff. You'll hear me chime in on the stuff that like, but the drama and the, can you believe that, whatever. I don't speak on it because no, my man don't do that mess. You know what I mean? So that's how you'll know where I fit into all that. I'm not, and I'm talking about in person, like, men are narcissists. Speak for yourself. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to get him to do things. Don't know what that's like. You know what I mean? So I don't be like, girl, how could you ever accept that kind of behavior? I don't come with that energy. But it's so funny when someone is no ring, sometimes no man, sometimes no home, sometimes nothing going for themselves, sometimes don't look like nothing and got a whole lot to say, and then you bite the bait and then you look stupid because you're debating with someone that you're up here, they're down here. And it's not about, you never even want to be like, I'm better than you, you're beneath me, you're just a hater, you're just jealous. But when you stoop to that level to debate and go back and forth, that's exactly what you look like, even though that wasn't your original intention. So just guard yourself from that nonsense. Guard yourself from these YouTube videos, these posts, these comments, these threads, all of this stuff, and just ignore and block it all out. Don't bite the bait at the, co-working gossip and everybody let's bash our men because we chose these men that ain't shit. Don't jump into all that. You know what I mean? Don't someone said something about their ring and they couldn't get the ring they wanted and the diamond was so small you could barely see it and she truly isn't happy and you're like, well, I think your problem is you because you chose it. Meanwhile, my ring, You don't have to do all that. 10 years down the road, she might be like, you know what? It started with this ring and now I'm dealing with this. I made a mistake. Let her go through everybody can't learn and be at the same level. And your delivery and being like, girl, let me tell you, you need to just turn your whole life around, start over. You can't tell people to do that. That's what you have to do, but you can't tell somebody else to do that. They have to come at their own time. So it goes hand in hand with just like, this journey it's sad to see other people struggling with things that, you're like, wow, been there, done that, but not anymore. I would never go back. Be careful because the iron is on. Go back. The iron is on. And, just going from there. So that's all I'm going to say about that. That was my little rant for this little rainy Wednesday hump day. Good luck to you all. Stay strong. Stay vigilant. Stay encouraged. Don't let people make you doubt your process and doubt your standards. It might be a lonely journey, but this is your life. And you're the only one that is going to have to live this life and get what you want and more. You know what I mean? So if you don't think it's too much that someone does whatever or you do whatever, then it's just for you. If someone thinks that doing that is too much and, oh my God, how can you be so bougie, then let them eat McDonald's and you eat cake. Let them eat bread and you eat cake. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, because you're on your queen status. You're on your level up. You're on your come up. You're on your, you know, you're on your, I'm not going down. I'm not drinking tap water anymore. I only like bottled sparkling water. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And you can't afford it. I'm sorry. I would never say that, but, you know, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Protect yourself. Do you. Peace. Bye.